Awesome. So hello everybody, welcome to our first ever December call, and I think one of our first live events as a healthy and empowered team. So I am very, very excited and very honored to be presenting this incredible speaker to you guys tonight, and just so thankful that we have this team that we do. I want to say thank you to all our team all over the world. We have Denmark, the UK, Australia, East and West Coast and Central America, middle of North America with us this evening, which is really freaking cool. We have all over the UK. So we're truly, truly, truly international now as a team. And my God, are we only just getting started? December is my favorite month of the year for business because everybody starts reflecting on their life and everybody starts thinking about where am I going? Where am I at right now? For me, if you've never met me, my name is Tasha. I started my business nearly 3 years ago. What a blessing. For 2 years, I treated it like a hobby. And when you treat something like a hobby, costs you money like a hobby, takes your time like a hobby. So for 2 years, I earned some extra cash. I coasted on by, I had a bit of a purpose with this business. And the health products changed my life. So I always stayed on them. But I never really found something that really gave me that fire, The beginning of this year, I went through some really hard times as a model, which is one of my other careers. And I realized that, I'd never really set goals with such intention. I'd never set myself goals and having a vision and identified who I really wanted to. And at the beginning of this year, I really started to do that. I wanted to empower young women to start their own business. I wanted to empower young people in general, not just women, to take control of their health. And that's how we created the program, the Train, Eat, Think program. Having a vision is so important. Identifying who you want to help is so important. And that's why tonight's call was labeled Identify Your Tribe. And that's because we're really all about making sure that when you have a focus, when you have a vision, when you have a set intention, like if I look at my life now where I am a year later, nearly from, first creating this movement that we have now as Healthy and Empowered. Obviously, you will know most of us as Model Me. We just changed our names and now it's so much better, going to be so much bigger, and we have so much more clarity. So very excited for tonight's speaker, Jazi Burke. Is 18 years old. We've done a couple calls together, which is why I'm continuously asking her back. She had so much value to us as a team and to all the people and the new people that come and watch us. And, this is one of my favorite events to send out to new people that have no idea who we are as a team and no idea who I am and who Jazi is, because she has such a big heart. She's 18 years old and has the mind of a 26-year-old, I swear. And her challenges and everything she's been through have really inspired me, someone who's 24, to make sure that I don't give up on a bad day and that I always continue and that I realize that I can always change and flip my whole life around. So I'm going to ask Jazi first to just give her story quickly at the beginning, and then Jazi, if you could just share with us, why you decided tonight that you would talk about how important the vision is for you. And I'm just going to let you do the talking, and if I feel I have a question or if anyone has a question, please put it in the chat box or unmute and say, hey, I have a question. But otherwise, thank you, Jazi. It's like 8 a.m. in Australia? We're going to get this right one week.
7.
It's 7 a.m.
Yeah, hi guys. I think there's a couple of newbies on here, so I will touch back on my story. Sorry for the ones that have already listened. So I'm Jazi. I live on the sunny coast in Australia, and I joined this business for probably a more heart-filled reason. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression at the age of 17. And that's medically diagnosed. For 2 years prior to that, I didn't want to believe the life that I was living, and I didn't want people to think that I had this title above my head of mental health. So I had suffered for 2 years, unmedicated, untreated, nothing for 2 years, and I decided to get medically diagnosed, and still with medication, life wasn't how it was meant to be at 17. I was living with anxiety, and when I talk about anxiety, it's not, I got nervous about going to work and going out and stuff, but I literally couldn't leave my bedroom. I had to go to the toilet with my mum. I was literally strangled by something that wasn't even physical, it was in my head. And you know, depression, like I didn't feel like I was worthy of anything. I didn't feel like I deserved to even be alive. And in saying that, that led to me being suicidal in my final year of schooling. I remember so clearly, I was the night before formal, I was meant to be, you know, getting my spray tan and my eyelashes done and getting all ready for the big night, and I was laying in a hospital bed thinking that my body was literally giving up on me, and no doctor could tell me what was wrong with me except that it was all in my head. So yeah, by the time I was 17, well, almost 18 really, I had become completely suicidal. I was, every time I got in my car, I was thinking, what tree could I hit? How could I do it this time? Why didn't I do it last time? And you know, is this going to be the last time that I do it? So I joined this business as kind of, it was kind of a savior point on, this was either going to be something that was going to, you know, make me realize what I was worthy of and actually show what I was good at, or I wasn't going to do this business and I was just going to go down the same path. And I look back today and I literally think of, you know, if I hadn't have said yes to an opportunity, you know, where would I be sitting right now? Would I even be sitting here, or would I be under the ground somewhere? So yeah, I wanted to do this call today about just visions, goals, beliefs, because, you know, as an 18-year-old who for so many years had no vision, no goals, no belief in anything except I knew that I wanted to be dead, I find that this, you know, visions and goals and stuff are so powerful, and they change the whole intention of why you know, why you are here, and why that you woke up this morning, and why you're doing what you're doing. I do have notes because I'm very unorganized. So when we talk about visions and goals and stuff, we have our long-term goals and we have our, you know, stretch goals and stuff, but we kind of miss on our daily goals. And I find that when I first started this business, I had these goals that were massive. They were, I wanted to get married, I wanted to have kids, I wanted to live in this big house and all this. And I kind of got caught up in only living those big goals. And without a doubt, those big goals are good and they're needed and stuff. But I miss, like, on the daily basis of, you know, maybe I wanted to talk to 5 new people today. That's still a goal. No matter the size of it and no matter the impact that you have, the goal is still a goal. So really, when you start this business, you know kind of why you start this business. Whether it's just this tiny little reason or it's this massive reason, you start this business for a reason. And, you know, from day one, I think that holding on to that vision and then trusting in that process is such an important thing. The process is put here for a reason. It's known to work. So all you have to do is hold on to that vision and keep it alive. And when you have a reason and a why to wake up in the morning, you have a vision for tomorrow and the next day, and a greater one. So I'll go back to the start, because when I first started, I was so filled with anxiety and fear and everything. And I will actually add in that I forgot to. I've almost completely overcome anxiety and depression and everything like that. I wouldn't be on this call if I still had it. So, you know, I had to make my vision so clear that it completely interfered with any fear that was going to come close to me. I personally know that my vision and my goal will touch so many people. You know, all I ever want to do, I want to do foster care. I literally want to do foster care by the time I'm 19. And I literally have 16 days to start applying to do that. And, you know, I will. Like, why can't I? I have no reason why I can't do that. So, you know, making my vision so clear and so known to not only myself but those around me, that fear has no chance of coming in and interrupting and making me second guess or doubt why I'm doing what I'm doing. And, you know, when you know what you're doing and you're so damn stubborn and determined on doing it, it makes the process so much easier, because you know why you're doing, you know, why you're messaging that person, why you're helping that person achieve their goal, because it comes back to you and having your goal. And, you know, I've said this on numerous calls that I've done with Tasha, is, you know, we all wake up with a purpose, regardless of whether we know it or we don't know it. We wake up with a purpose. We're meant to be here, and it's about creating those goals that are in today and in this week and in this month, as well as the long term. So set your goals for today, and then set yourself a stretch goal. So set yourself a goal that is achievable, and then set yourself something that is going to make you work harder for something, and do that for your week. I always set out my daily goals in a weekly planner, and then I have my monthly goals. So I know that, you know, today my achievable goal is to talk to 20 people. And then I know that my stretch goal is to talk to 40 people. And that's, even my stretch goal could probably be bigger. But I know I could tell you that what my goal is for the end of the month. I could literally sit here and go, for the 19th, you know, this is what I want to do, because I have set myself the intention with the goals that this is what I want. I always get so stuck on these calls. I feel like I'm just talking to myself.
We're here, we
yeah.
got you. I just want to pick up on something that you said, if that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, go for it.
I absolutely love this, the fact that you were someone, and I'm going to catch someone up. I'm going to catch a couple of people up. I would want to say I'm really sorry. I sent half the people I invited to the call the wrong freaking login number. So I just checked my WhatsApp, because I turn my WhatsApp notifications off now when I'm on a Zoom, so my phone doesn't buzz. And these people are like, no one's on. A guy called this joined, and I'm like, oh my god, that's the other person I invited. So I'm really sorry, everybody. What I want to just pick up on with Jazi is someone that had, you know, she was suicidal. She was someone that had anxiety and depression. She really wasn't coping, and yet you found a way to get a vision so clear that it meant that you had a purpose to get up in the morning, right? And I can certainly say that purpose and that intention and what you want for your life is so important to understanding, and, you know, get strong. And actually, if you don't know what your goal is or what your purpose is or even what your vision is, then guess what? The lead on from this call is going to be this time next week. We have Natalie Sutton. Jazi, you're more than welcome to invite you and your whole team on that too. Natalie Sutton, who's going to do a Brian Main goal mapping session with us, which I'm so excited about. She's going to cut the whole day down. It's normally a whole day. She's going to try and compress it so we can have like an hour of goal mapping. So if you don't know how to goal map, you don't know how to set goals or have a vision, then guess what? Next week, I do try and plan some things. That's going to be next week's, but I just really find that so inspirational from you, someone that really had no will to live, and you really found a way to be getting up in the morning and to go and do your thing and to just have intention with what you do. So I kind of want to ask you, I kind of want to play devil's advocate a little bit, so forgive me if it's too much, but, you know, do you ever get that sense of, you know, I ask it because I know there's some people watching this thinking that, do you ever get that sense of, oh, but what if one day I don't have that anymore? Like, does that still happen? And how do you overcome that? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, for sure. So, like anyone, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I still have my down days. I've just come like off the back end of what I would say a month from absolute hell. Like, I was down, but I fell down, but I didn't let myself fall into old habits. Once I let myself fall into old habits, I start asking the what if. Is this my dream? Is this what I really want to do with my life? Is this going to work? Is this how I'm going to do it. You start asking all the whats and the, you know, is this really going to work? And if you don't actually let yourself fall into old habits, and you know, your dream and your vision never has to stay the same, and it can always grow. I know that when I started, mine was just foster care alone. I knew that I wanted to be in foster care. I'm not from foster care myself. I have many cousins that are actually foster care kids, so it was close to my heart. But my vision grew. I swear, every month something new popped up in my vision. You know, I wanted to create this community and this, you know, this real kind of feeling of secure, and, you know, that anyone can actually do what they want, and that anyone can actually move mountains if they put their mind to it. And, you know, that was probably month 1. And I look at it now, like I'm just about to start my own business, completely separate to Juice Plus. And it's with affirmation cards, giving people that worth without knowing of worth, without actually being there. So your vision never actually has to be the same, and don't ever feel like you get trapped by your own vision, because if it's not your vision and you feel trapped in it, it's not meant to be. It's meant to be bigger. It's meant to be something else. So I definitely feel like, you know, some days I do feel like, what if, or, you know, is this what's going to be what I want to do? But if I don't let myself fall into my old habits, and I remember and remind myself of, this is actually what I want to do, and this is what I've chosen for myself, you know, you can't really fail with your own vision. Your own vision is your own. You know, I think everyone on this call, I don't know how many people there are, but we will all have our own vision. It'll all be completely different. We might have some links that are the same, but no one will have the same vision. And I think that when you have your own vision, you run your own race. You're not competing with anyone else. You're going your own race, and you're going as hard as you want. So if you want that dream quicker, you work harder. If you want that in 5-10 years, then just sit and wait. But I will actually add in to what I was saying before, is that, you know, never limit your vision on your current resources. Does that make sense? So I know that when I started, I had no resources. I had no self-belief. I had nothing. I was running on an empty tank, but I still didn't let that interfere with my vision. I still knew that I wanted to live in this massive house, and I still wanted to get married, and I still wanted to have kids, and I still wanted to do foster care. And, you know, I knew that I still wanted my partner to win this massive race. Even though I had no self-belief in myself, and I felt like I wasn't worthy of any of it, I didn't let that stand in my way. I'm going to turn this a bit. Does anyone have any questions? Because that might be a bit easier for me to answer.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's yeah, so I suffer from anxiety as well. I did get diagnosed with depression at the start of this year as well, but I've kind of learned how to deal with that a bit more. Anxiety is still something I really struggle with on certain days. Is there any, this is quite a personal question, but is there anything specific what you do or that, you know, specifically helps you? Because I sometimes find myself letting anxiety sort of like end up pushing me off my whole day. Do you know what I mean? Like distracting you from your whole day, and not sort of like, and then I don't have as much as a productive day as I'd want to because of that. Yeah. So I don't know if you've got any tips for that.
So I had anxiety riddling me, and I suffer from separation anxiety. So once I separate from someone so usually it's my partner and my mum, I suffer really, really bad with. Once I separate from them, I get into my anxiety kind of role. But I think it's reminding yourself that if you did it yesterday, why can't you do it today? If you've done it in the past, why can't you keep doing it? And reminding yourself of that, you know, you are going to be okay, and that you can do it, and that it's not as bad as you think. I think with anxiety, you feel like it's a lot worse than what it is. And I've just started doing like meditation and really learning about the time away from people. And I find that sometimes 6 months ago, when I was really deep in anxiety, that I would rush to my mum or my partner, and they would be the one that would, you know, save me or something. And that I knew that they're not going to be the ones that can save me forever. I have to start doing that myself. And when I completely excluded myself from everyone for just 5 minutes with no noise, no nothing, and usually I'll be sitting on the beach doing it, it's really just thinking of, you know, if you've done it in the past, there's no reason, and it goes to that no excuse policy. There's no excuse why you can't keep doing it. And that sometimes you just need to block off your own mind and just keep one foot in front of the other and just keep going through with your days, regardless of how you feel.
That's amazing. Thank you.
That's all right. Is there any other questions? Because
that was really amazing, actually. Like, I think as well, you know, one thing I've learned more than ever is that sometimes, and this is why we have speakers on our calls. Like, I just used to do our training calls, and it was only used to be team only. And then I obviously help our friend Lauren, who's our mentor as well. Funny, she's my friend first. I help her with her international team calls, and I love doing it, like, so much, because I've met so many amazing people through it. And I was like, why am I not doing that for our team? Like, why? And it's because I lacked the self-belief that I didn't believe that someone would want to come on my call. I didn't believe that someone would want to do that. And I had to really get over myself and realize that it wasn't for me, it was for my team. And then I realized that through the whole of our Juice Plus community, which me and Jazi are both in, that's how we met. It's full of people that just want to help. It's full of people that just have a heart, that care, that have gone through challenges like Jazi has, like I have, like Rebecca has, like everyone on the team has, because guess what? That is life. Life is a roller coaster. You will experience ups and you will experience downs. Like, every week, sometimes every day, you feel like, oh my God, when am I going to get off this horrible, scary ride, right? But the truth is that, like, that ride and that challenge, it's not always going to go a million miles per hour. Sometimes it's going to be slow. Sometimes that roller coaster, you know, and you're like going along and you're like, chuk, 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 chuk. Sometimes that's how the roller coaster is. This is such a good analogy. I don't know where I got it from. But sometimes that's how a roller coaster is, you know, it's how life is. You just chuk, 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 you know, life is good, chuk, chuk, chuk. I'm going up slowly, chuk, chuk, chuk. And then life goes crazy and it goes, whoa, and you so many turns and you feel sick and you don't want to get up in the morning and, you know, shit gets thrown your way and you feel like you're going to fall out of the roller coaster. Oh my God, this is such a good story. You feel like you're going to fall out of the roller coaster because the things aren't tight enough and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And then your feet feel like they're flying because they're dangling up in the air and you're like, oh my God, I've lost my balance. I don't know how I'm going to do anything. I've got too much on my plate right now. I can't even stand up. Anyone ever felt like that? Me. So I think that you've really got to accept that sometimes it's going to be like a whirlwind. Sometimes it's going to be crazy. Sometimes it's going to be like hell. Sometimes you're just going to keep calm. Like, you know, when they like take you slowly down the worst part, they're like, slowly you get to see your death coming to you. And actually you're not going to die, but you feel like you're going to die because all you see is this black hole. If anyone's ever been to Oblivion in Alton Towers in the north of England, oh my God. I'm from near there, so I've kind of been a lot, like maybe 15 times, to this amazing, the best theme park in the UK. And then has this ride that just goes into this black hole and it's over very quickly. It's like a 10-second ride and it goes into this black hole, but they creep you over the top like this. This is the only ride. It goes, not the only ride, the only bit of the ride, and that's it. But it creeps you over the top and it goes, oh, look what's coming. That's really scary, isn't it? But you're going to go in that. That's what the ride is, right? Took me years to go on that ride. Years. I was so scared of it. Even now I'm scared of it. I don't like roller coasters, really. I do them to give myself a kick up the ass, but I don't really like them. I don't enjoy them. That's how life is sometimes. Sometimes you go through stuff that you don't like, you don't enjoy, but you have to go through it, because what's the alternative? This is my favorite thing I've learned from Gary Vee this year. What's the alternative? You're going to give up? You're going to not get up in the morning? You're going to decide, F it, I'm just going to give up? Seriously, what is the alternative? So I really think when you put yourself in that space of understanding and knowing that life is a journey, challenges that are going to come, and it's not what happens to you, it's how you deal with what happens to you. Another one of my favorite lessons in life I've ever learned. If I sat and told you my sob story all year, some of you would turn around and go, how have you coped with that? I know for a fact some people look at me and they're like, I don't know how you still manage to continue. And I look at Jazi sometimes with that mentality that she used to believe, and I think, I don't know how you got through that. And it's the same with many people in our team that, or clients, that have dealt with rubbish and really the worst times in their life. But you know what? Like, you've got to really take life, never for granted, really grab it with both hands and know that you have something. You have a life, right? You're designed to be here. You were destined to be here in this point, in this time, in this world, in this universe. You have a mission, and whatever that mission is, you have to find that. And that's what we're all about at Healthy and Empowered. And that's why I have Jazi on board, because this is something that I know it sits well with her too, that she thinks the same thing, that finding that mission. So, I mean, I'd really like to, I don't know if you had anything to add to that, Jazi, but I would also like to really ask you, just before Chloe asks you something, this business, how has that given you purpose? How has that given you a vision to never want to give up, kind of thing?
All right. So this sounds so stupid, but I have no friends. So really the point of this business was the community. I walked into a community when I didn't believe myself. I didn't have any self-worth. I literally, as I said before, I was an empty tank. I walked in and I had everybody believe in me before I even started believing in myself. And I think that's such a that's such a powerful thing when you walk into a community that believes in you before you even believe in yourself, and then that you know that you actually are worthy and you start believing in yourself, and then you grow a business on helping others come from a place of hurt or a place of difficulty or whatever place they're coming from. You are helping them. And I have many girls that message me about their stories on the product or how the business has helped them, and when you hear those stories and you know that you've come from a place of difficulty and you've helped yourself by saying yes to this opportunity, and then you've gone out and helped other people lift their spirits or find their self-worth or really what they deserve, nothing beats that feeling at all. And it all starts with this business and having that opportunity to say yes, to create those choices in life. So it comes down to the word yes. You said yes to this opportunity, you start this business, and you're giving that opportunity to other people to say yes, to make choices. I think that in itself is you become a part of a community, and then you create your own community, and that's another level feeling. I'll just read back Chloe's question. When you first started, how did you build your vision? Yeah, so wait up so I can see myself again. So when I started the business, I was shown vision boards, do vision boards, build vision boards. They're incredible. I put this off for so long because I knew that I had, little visions. I wanted a family, I wanted to get married, I wanted a house, I wanted a new car, you know, I wanted to be 100 club, I wanted to have this many people in my team. I had little bits and pieces, but I never felt like I had a complete vision. So I put it off for ages and ages and ages. And literally, if you don't have Pinterest, I suggest that you get it. It's completely dangerous, but it is completely worth it. I started scrolling through Pinterest and looking at pictures that actually made me want that. And I started putting them in a file and hiding them away. So I had a vision board on my phone hidden away. So I looked at it here and there and, you know, flicked through it and was like, oh yeah, that's right, that's the wedding dress I want, or that's the color of the house I want. Yeah, that's really lovely, I'll put it away. So I had a vision board that I actually couldn't see. And then one month I decided, screw it, I'm just going to put it on this massive, like I'm talking massive pin board. And I put it up there and I put everything that I love. I have crystals on it that mean something to me. I have dream catchers to, you know, to keep the bad spirits away from my dream, because that's mine. I literally went all out with this vision board, and some people would look at it and be like, that is so overkill. But to me, that's my vision board, and that's everything that keeps my dream secure on that board. And when I changed my vision board from being on my phone and not being able to be seen, to actually being able to visually have it right in front of me when I'm messaging people, or when I'm doing a recording for my team or whatever, when I have that vision literally right in front of me, it gives me no choice but to look at it. When it was on my phone, it was when I felt good that I looked at it. And vision boards, I swear, aren't for when you feel good. They're for when you feel bad, and when you're in doubt, you look at them. So I now have a big ass massive vision board that sits right in front of me when I'm doing any of my work. And I think that's the biggest key that I ever did, was change my vision board from being in my head and on my phone hidden away to being visualized for everyone to see. I know that my partner knows everything on there. He's not happy with everything on there, but he sees everything. My mum sees everything. Everyone can see everything. I can see it. So I think that's, when you have that, that's like really, really important. Is there any other questions?
I have sorry, you're right, Tasha. I have a question, because I want to do something big next year, and basically what I wanted to do, I want to have some advice on this. Basically, next year I want to go to Australia for a whole year, you know, just to try something different, like you said, you know, to wake out of bed and do something different and not the same routine over again. I want to do something different. So I wanted to like I said, go to Australia next year for a whole year, meet new people, start a new life basically. But the only thing is that some days I wake up and I'm like, you know, it's never going to happen. And then other days I'm like, you know, it's going to happen. And I keep on beating myself up about it. And so honestly, it's like, I'm not sure what to do. Am I rushing into it? I'm not, you know, 100% sure what to do at the moment.
All right. So it's actually funny you say that, because my partner races motocross, and our dream is to move to California. And some days I'm like, yes, let's do this. This is awesome. This is the fresh start that we need. This is, you know, this is the new beginning of something new that we could actually take and use everything, you know, create something. And then other days I wake up and I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do this. You know, am I moving over there with no one, or a completely fresh start? But when I think about it, you know, we thought of that dream for a reason. You never create a vision or a goal, or you never create something that you want for no reason. Obviously you've, you know, chosen Australia. Obviously I'm sitting here in a singlet and I can see everyone on the camera in like jumpers and stuff. So, you know, you've obviously chosen to come over here for a reason. Whether you're really actually in touch with that reason at the moment or whether it's still building. I think that a new beginning for anyone, whether it's a completely new beginning or just, you know, a new start, new day, I think that that's such an important thing, that we have those opportunities, have new starts. So like I would say jump in, do it. Like Australia is incredible. It's full of some of the most amazing people, amazing places, and you know, you're just creating memories and, you know, something for you. It's for you. It's something that you want to do. So why not jump in and do it? And you know, are you ever going to be ready? Or, you know, is that just something that you're just telling yourself to just hold it back, just put it back for another day, another year?
I guess you keep asking yourself the same question. Am I going to be ready? Am I going to be ready? And then it's going to be years and years and years, and you're going to keep on asking yourself the same question. So I think it's a good idea that you just jump into it and stop asking yourself that one question and just do it.
Yeah, like with anything that you're, you know, a bit nervous or anxious to do, you're never ever going to be ready. It's whether you're willing to take that step and, you know, willing to actually just jump in and, as Tasha said before, go with that roller coaster, because you've got to go up to come down and you've got to go down to come up. You can't just flatline your whole life. So yeah, I would love that idea. That's such a good idea.
Thank you so much for the advice. Thank you.
Right.
And I'm just going to pick up on what you just said. Imagine if your life was just a flat line. Like, imagine if you just stayed on that roller coaster and you didn't really move, or you just went one pace.
You'll be boring.
Went up, right? It would be so boring. So even though we have those really low moments and the moments that you question stuff and that, you know, that horror of what it might be to wake up again in the morning, like at the same time, you have to think about, my God, I'm so glad I get to experience those lows so I can really say grateful for the highs. So yeah, I would say the same thing as Jazi and Emma. Like Emma, I'm in Starbucks. Don't hate me.
I'm waiting for you at Fret.
I met Emma at one of our coffee shops in London in Pret, where I go to my gym, and then we didn't really connect until I went to the gym, and then I saw her at the gym, and I'm like, oh my God, hi! and we got talking, and her and her friend Alicia made friends, and then now, and she's so cute. When I go into Pret, she always gives me free food, and I'm like, I love you, Emma. Way to my heart.
Thank you.
But yeah, we have the same birthday, guys. So how exciting is that? I haven't met anyone ever with the same birthday as me. Me and Emma have the same birthday. April 26th, by the way, everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, Emma, I just want to say, like, 100% agree with what Jazi said. I think that you're gonna, and you're probably, maybe you're questioning yourself this much because and that's normal. That's so normal. But maybe you're questioning yourself because of people around you. The moment I stopped pleasing people around me, like I stopped pleasing my mum, my sisters, you know, my boyfriends at the time, you know, the moment I stopped pleasing them and I started pleasing myself and started deciding what I want to do, like, I have people around me that go, oh, don't move to America, or don't move this, oh, you shouldn't live in London, that daily tell me I shouldn't do stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. You carry on with your life, I'll carry on with mine. Like, and you just have to develop that attitude. But, you know, Emma's 17, guys, so, like, she's still developing that, but she's like Jazi, she's freaking acts like a 24-year-old. And when I heard she was 17, I was like, sorry, what? But I agree with you, you know, you have and without sounding patronizing, I said it to you the other day, you and Jazi, like, you have so much time. And me too, you know, I'm 24 and I have so much time. You can afford to F it up just a little bit, you know? You can afford to F it up over and over and over and over and over and over and over again because you're so young. Like, that goes for me, that goes for even people, like, that might think they're older because they're 5 years older than me. So, like, Lena from Denmark is on the line. She is, I think you're 4 years older than me, and it's the same for you. Like, you can still afford to mess your whole life up over and over again because you're so young, and it's how you pick yourself up from that, you know, and how you really move forward from it. whatever happens. And wouldn't it be great to say that you tried? Even if you fail, you tried. Like,
life isn't life without mistakes, basically.
Exactly. And, you know, failure is a big part of who we are. And failing is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. One of my exes used to hate failing, like, so much. And I'd be like, look, you're never going to grow if you don't fail. And he was like, no, I will. And I was just like, it's not the attitude to have. For me in this business, being a mentor, you know, being a mentor and being this leader and this ambassador for you all, like, oh God, I'm so blessed. But, you know, like, who am I to sit here and imagine if I was trying to say, you know, my ex wasn't someone that had a team like this. So, you know, who am I to sit here and say, oh, you can't afford to fail. You can't afford to do this. You can't afford to not do well. Like, what kind of mentor is that then to you guys? Like, immediately I put myself on this pedestal that, quite frankly, you know, isn't realistic for people. You have to set realistic standards for your life, for yourself, and also be very accepting of the fact that, like, my new business I'm starting is a perfect example for you. I might fall flat on my ass. What I'm trying to do might not work. What I want to do might not work. But if I don't try, how am I ever going to know? And that's why really for the last 10 months, I've not done it, because I've been so scared about failing. And I've been so scared about what other models might think of me and what people in the industry might think of me. But then I remembered that actually at least people will know that I tried. And at least people will know that I made some sort of impact because I tried, right? And the people that have the best stories are the people that failed. That's the truth. The people that lost everything. Look at Donald Trump. I know he's an idiot, but he has the best story, really, one of them, because he failed so many times. So many times. And now he's the president of America. I don't know how that happened either.
Yeah.
But the point is, he failed. He lost all his businesses. He went bankrupt. He's really gone through it, you know? So kudos to him. And like, he might be an absolute tool. I'm not saying that he's an amazing guy, but Hillary is equally a tool. So whatever way you swing with political field, we won't go down that route. But what I'm trying to say is that we all make mistakes. And sometimes you have to try and try and try and try and try again until you succeed. And that's why someone like Donald Trump can be inspirational to people, and why he did grow such a following, because he did try and he did fail and he wasn't afraid to admit it. See what I mean? So that's why that journey is and can be inspirational to some people, because of what happened. He didn't shy away from the journey that he's been on. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense, because... Sorry, go on.
I'm just going to add to that in the fact of, you know, what you think your bad days are, and your down moments and your failures and your tries and everything. They actually shape you to be who you are in your good days. And, you know, it's about, you know, you fall down 7 times, get up 8, you know. If you
oh my God, I'm so glad you said that, Jazi. I forgot to say that. I was going to say that earlier. When you were speaking, I was like, say that, and I forgot. Amazing.
So, you know, when you fall down 7 times and you get up 8, those 7 falls make you who you are for that 8th time you get up. And that, learning that in life is so important, that, you know, regardless of how shitty and how crappy you feel on your down days, your mentality and your motivation and determination to just keep on going. And that doesn't mean run. It just means keep one foot in front of the other. That shapes you and gives you the person that you are on your good days, and that gives you the strength to keep going. I just wanted to add that.
No, that's amazing. I love that. And I think as well, just like, who said that? I don't know if any of you watched the Victoria's Secret fashion show, but one of the models, actually a model from Shanghai, and obviously the show was in Shanghai this year, one of the models fell flat on her face. Oh my God, I haven't seen that many catwalk falls that bad. Like, she really fell. It wasn't a trip. She fell like literally she could have face planted. So she fell on the catwalk, but she smiled the whole way. So it's not also as well about falling, it's about how you fall. And if you're falling with a smile on your face, imagine the impact that can have on people. So for me, like recently, if I talk about what you know, my recent challenges, my team know exactly what I'm talking about, even though I tried to hide it. 2 weeks ago, on my flight home from America, I sat in an airport and did a call with them that I really didn't want to do. And I really, really, really didn't want to do it. And I just spent the last 35 minutes hysterically crying in the airport before I'd even gone through security. Managed to stop crying for 5 minutes while I went to security. And then I sat and did a team training call. And I was crying the whole way through the call. And I'm crying and crying and crying. But I'm teaching them and I'm training them and I'm coaching them. And in fact, I'm so glad I did that, even though I'm so embarrassed. So glad I did that because I showed them all how real I am. And they all of a sudden then went, oh, you know, she has bad days too. Wow, shit. It's okay to have a bad day. And I realized how powerful that was. And also, linking back to the Victoria's Secret thing, she fell with a smile on her face. I've had a really hard time lately, but I have never given up. Every day I have posted on my Instagram, on my Facebook, I have showed up to my calls, I have helped people, I have reached out. It's been the biggest growth period for us as a team ever. And why is that? People didn't join my team because I was crying and moaning like a little bitch. No, people joined my team because I still put a smile on my face despite what I was going through. So every one of you that's going through hard time and shit and challenges, when you still keep a smile on your face and you still manage to, you know, pick yourself up when you really don't want to, and the way that you fall, falling down 7 times and getting up on the 8th, but also the way that you fall. What one of the singers said about this girl was that backstage at the Victoria's Secret fashion show, he was like, you know, falling down 7 times, standing up 8, but then someone else also commented on the fact that she'd smiled the whole way, and she braced herself and she got back up and she finished her walk, she did her pose at the end, and then she walked back off, and she didn't break down or quietly cry. She didn't like, oh my God, no, she quietly started crying when she got backstage. So she waited and she composed and she kept herself in that space. Bearing in mind, this is the most watched fashion show in the world. This is the fashion show in Shanghai where she is from, that all her family are at. The pressure, I can only try and relate because of me doing catwalk, but this is a whole nother level. Like, I probably only had 300 people watch me do a catwalk. Like, this is the whole world watching you. Never mind how many people are in that show, and it's £20,000 for a ticket to go to that show. Think about the money. Think about the fact that you've trained so hard and then you fall flat on your face in front of the whole world. Like, it's pretty crazy, right? So I think I 100% love that you reminded me of that amazing quote, Jazi. Oh my God, I love it. And I think, you know, you probably live by that. Me too. And I really live by the idea of what is meant for you will not pass you. And also believing in the timing of things. If things haven't happened for you yet, it's because it's not your time yet, or perhaps you haven't willed that time into your existence. Does that make sense? What I mean by that is perhaps you haven't manifested it enough. Perhaps you haven't put yourself in that space. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're not ready to be that person yet. You know, if I talk directly to the girls that want to be promoted, maybe you haven't been promoted yet because you haven't, A, worked hard enough for it, B, set a vision so strong that you have put that vision into your life, you've manifested it, but also maybe it wasn't the right time for you yet, you know? Like Rebecca, I could certainly say if she'd hit, you know, NMD in summer, I don't know if that would have worked for her, you know? Like, and I think she'll completely agree. Like, I don't know if NMD would have worked for you yet, Rebecca. See what I mean? It's not like you're not worthy of it, and it's not like you don't deserve it. You do more, like so much more than you even know yourself. Yet, are you ready for it? It's a very different question, and the timing of things is a completely different thing. So I think that what for me as well is a big point of your vision and setting your intention is also setting that. Don't put time pressure on yourself, because you can always move your goals. Like, I wanted to be NMD this year and I'm not, and that's okay because I've moved my goal, right? So that's fine. You just move your goal. When you don't hit a goal, you move it on. Susie Mitchell taught me that, who is head of Juice Plus UK. She taught me that, you know, she always said to me, look, set your goals, set your intentions, but if you don't hit them, you change the date. Like, it's cool. There's no like, oh my God, you're gonna die. You didn't get that goal. That doesn't happen. Like, but what happens is you move the date, right? So for me, maybe like when I was 18, I wanted to move to Australia by the time I was 20. 24, not living in Australia yet. You know, the goal changes. Sometimes you don't want to live there anymore. Like, yes, I want to spend time there still, but Will I live there? I don't know. I'm kind of open to it, but maybe I'll end up in America. Who knows? So, you know, sometimes goals change too. So just be okay with that as well. Like, if your goals change, like Jazi, I'm sure you can say that some of your goals have changed and that you're no longer thinking certain things about certain stuff. So Chloe said she went to a cosmetology school yesterday and she now wants nothing to do with it. Your goals can change like that sometimes, but they can also change very quickly. And also it's brave. It's really brave sometimes to admit that your goals are different and that they changed, and that's okay to admit that. So I don't know if you have anything to pick up on that, Jazi.
Yeah, I have two things that I want to finish off on. The first one is, I remember when I was in grade 12, my English teacher gave me a quote that said, you know, you're braver than you think, you're stronger than you know, and you're more capable than you'll ever accomplish or something. But that one quote sits on my bedroom wall, and you know, it's a reminder of, you know, you think you are this good but you're actually this good, and it's believing in yourself, and whether that means that you have the community around you believe in you before you even believe in yourself, it's learn to believe in yourself, whether it takes you a month, 6 months, 2 years, whatever. Keep trying in it. And the last thing that I wanted to go off is, you know, be that girl who wakes up with, you know, purpose and intention every single morning. You know, set intention for your day, your week, your month. Like I've completely stressed this whole call is, you know, wake up with that purpose and intention. You know, be that girl who shows up and never gives up, regardless of how crappy my last month was. I was like triple booking calls. So I'd do a share on one call, quickly leave that call, get on another one, do another share, get off that one, do another one, all in one night. I literally thrive off doing calls. And regardless of how shitty I felt, I never gave up. I did doubt myself, but I never gave up. I never walked away from an opportunity that has potential for me. I never, ever once said no or I quit. And, you know, the absolute last one would be, you know, be that girl who believes in that anything is possible, but then be that girl who's willing to work for it. You know, we can all move our own mountains, and we can all, you know, create absolute thunderstorms with what we do, and we can make a mark on this world, but you have to be willing to work for it. And I think that that's probably a massive misconception of, with vision boards, you can have massive visions and you can have these incredible visions and pictures on your vision board, but you have to be willing to work for that. And you've got to put in those hard days. You've got to stick around for those shitty days, and you've got to thrive on those good days to actually get to the end. So that, I'm leaving you with that, but I'd just like to say it is so good to be back on a call with you all. So thanks, Tasha.
Amazing, Jazi. I'm so grateful. I love this partnership that we have. So thankful for it, and I just am so in admiration always of you and the age that you are, and it's just crazy. Like, I can't wait to be there in Australia next June, and you know, be doing this call with you live. Maybe we can do something like that. That would be really fun. And you know, really just realizing, like, I want all of you to realize, like, the reason I work hard, like, I used to be quite scared of admitting to people that I worked hard and that I worked on my business more than an hour a day. I used to be scared of admitting that. But then I realized, like, there's no shame in being a hustler, number one. Number two, there's no shame in me wanting a good life for myself. Bottom line. There is no shame in wanting a better life for myself. So I really, really, really just want to, you know, leave that with all of you. Like, don't be shy of the fact if you're working 3 jobs right now. Cool, good, awesome. Hustle harder, work harder, get up earlier. Like, do your thing, because this is not forever. Everything is a season. Everything is a season. So, like, right now, what I'm doing, while I'm working super tough and super hard and things are crazy, it's a season of my life. Same as when you have a bad patch, it's a season. It's not forever. So thank you so much, Jazzy. If anyone else has any other questions, you can send them to me and I'll forward them to her because I want to be respectful of everyone's time. We've been on this call for nearly an hour. Sorry, someone called me. We've been on this call for nearly an hour, so I just really want to say thank you. Send this to someone that you care. Oh my God, go away. Sorry, my next customer is trying to call me. Yeah, send this to someone you care about. And yeah, big love to you all. Thanks so much. We'll see you all next week. We'll definitely get the link on YouTube and we'll share it out with everybody. Okay, bye everybody.
See ya.
Have a good day in Australia. A good night.
Yeah, go to work.
England,
I'm going to work.
Europe. Oh my God, fun. Have a good day at work.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.